Hello, family. Hope you're all good. I hope everything is fine with you. Today I just want to make a quick one. It's a bit of advice to people who either you have no children or you have children who are very way much older, or you have children who are very disciplined, or I don't know, whatever. I just wanted to have a quick conversation about judging other people's parenting. So, before I became a full time mother, I used to judge people. I remember one time I was in a tram with a few friends, and there was a child who was really making noise. And looking back now, I think he was about 2 years old, the terrific two age, and he was screaming a lot, and the mom just seemed to let him scream, and she just well, to me, it looked like she didn't even care. She was like, okay, fine, I'm giving up. I just don't care. Let him scream. Kids will be kids. And I remember telling my friend that, oh my God, how can someone be like that? Seriously, you just let your child disturb people's peace like that. And well, fast forward years later, well, I mean, Binta was an amazing child. She was very quiet, and most of the time, well, I mean, there are a few times that she did have a tantrums and stuff like that. But yeah, now I'm paying for all the quietness because now she's heading towards teenage, and yeah, we're having conversations. Anyway, what on the contrary, AJ is quite calm by himself, but then he's also very active. He has so much energy. That child has energy. I can't keep up. And so I have had to be one of those parents who, at some point, I had to give up and just give him my phone in the tram because he's making so much noise, and I feel like everybody's judging me and everybody's looking, and there's always somebody who has something to say. Everybody's a better parent than you. Every single person has something better to say about how you should be raising your child. That's just what happens. So I've had to do that quite a few times where I've had to give him my phone and just put some cartoon for him to watch, and which is a horrible habit to teach a child, because then now every time he sees your phone, he thinks if he makes enough noise, you're going to give it to him. Um, but that's one of the few things that I had to do because I kept feeling like everybody was watching, and I kind of was not very secure. I'm already I mean, I believe that every good parent questions how much of a good parent, how well they're doing the parenting every single day. I mean, every decision you make as a parent, I believe that you always ask yourself. I mean, at least from all the parents that I know, all the parents that I consider very good parents, they've all told me that every single day they question themselves at least 2, 3 times a day, wondering, is that decision the right decision for my child? So, yesterday, I was somewhere where it's family friendly, and it's somewhere where I'm always comfortable. And it's one of those few places that I absolutely feel like I can just be myself. I can let my children be themselves, because I mean, there are places where I can't let them be themselves. I just, it's every 5 minutes I'm like, Binta, you're too loud. AJ, stop running. But this was one of those places that, you always have a place that you feel very comfortable. And then somebody came, so AJ was busy running around and being himself. And then somebody came and just really made her opinion known to me. Let's just say that. And I think because it was not a place where I expect to be told something like that, it's a place where it's family friendly. So I did not expect somebody to come there and expect children to be, I don't know, all quiet and all that. And I felt it took me by surprise so much that I I still think my reaction was a bit of an overreaction, but at least people were really there for me, and I mean, everybody else was really kind and cared. But I felt I think the best word for it is I was shocked. I was really shocked. And, to an extent of somebody tell me I should be ashamed of myself. What kind of a mother am I to let my child run wild like that? And I was scared. I seriously questioned my parenting for like a minute. I questioned what kind of a parent I am. And I was like, and then I turned back and I was like, but this is a safe space. It's somewhere where I should be able to let my child do whatever he wants because, I mean, it's among friends. So, well, I'm still working on it and eventually I'm going to get over it. And I don't know if I ever see this woman again, I would probably invite her for a coffee and just tell her how she made me feel if she's open to that. However, this video is not for people who judge. This video is mostly for people who, I don't know, it's for both. So if you are in a position where you're questioning yourself already and somebody comes and tells you something like that, you feel like, okay, I'm a fraud and she has found out that I'm a fraud or he has found out that I'm a fraud. And, in this parenting thing, we're acting, we have to pretend to our kids that we actually know what we're doing. We don't have a manual for this thing. I mean, you're doing this for the first time. Even if you have 10 kids, every single child is different. So every single day it's a learning experience for you and for that child. So we're just pretending that we know what we're doing, and hopefully we don't make serious mistakes. But then somebody comes and tells you something like that and you feel like, oh, okay, maybe I am this bad and stuff like that. If you're in such a situation, just remind yourself that this person might be going through her own things. She might just be having a bad day and might not understand you, does not personally know you. I mean, it's different if people who are close to you come and tell you, okay, there are people who've come to me and told me, okay, Mercy, I think right now this is getting out of hand. And then I actually act on it because these are people who have seen me and have seen my child in many different environments. And for this reason, they actually have the authority and they're able to see when something is wrong, because sometimes you actually do need an outsider to tell you when something is wrong. I know a few friends whose kids were autistic or had some developmental issues, and they did not notice it themselves. It took a friend who has been watching this kid or a relative who's watched this kid for a while and going like, something is not right. Something is amiss. He's not himself. He's different. Something has changed. And then that's when now they kind of also noticed. So sometimes you do need an outsider to tell you. But if you're an outsider and this is the first time you're meeting this person, first of all, watch your words. You should not tell somebody that they're not a good parent because you do not know at what level that person is questioning themselves. Can you imagine you tell somebody that, and this is somebody who had already been considering, because you don't know what mental issues somebody's going through. Imagine if you tell somebody that, and this is already somebody who had been considering how bad of a parent they are. They just needed that one confirmation, and they'll be like, see, even a total stranger can see how what a loser I am. How would you feel if the next day you see in the newspaper that this person has gone home and killed that child and killed herself because they felt they're so unworthy and they are making this child suffer, and maybe this is the best solution for it. So I think before you judge somebody, of course we can judge, but judge in your mind. You do not have to voice out these things. Sometimes even just a kind word and coming to tell someone, do you need help? I remember yesterday that there are quite a few people who reached out and they saw how I was a bit overwhelmed and I was a bit embarrassed by how much he was acting up. And some people just started playing with him, and it helped. And so sometimes, even if just reach out. You don't know what somebody's going through. You don't know if they have just not had a minute sleep, and just reach out to somebody and just tell them, hi, how are you? Are you okay? How is baby? And oh, okay, what's his name? And then you just say hi to the baby. Do you know that 2 minutes that you even say hi to that child or even try to be friendly to that child might make the child calm down a bit. And yeah, as opposed to coming and telling somebody what you actually think. I mean, you can think it. We're human. You can think it, but just don't voice it. The least you can do is not voice it. Um, Other than that, I hope that everything else is fine with you guys. I hope you're all continuing to subscribe. I hope you're all continue. I love the fact that my subscriber count is lovely, and I love the fact that people have started suggesting topics that they want me to talk about. I also like the fact that you're sharing my content, and it looks like many of us can relate to what I'm talking about. So I hope that we continue seeing each other. I'll be posting more soon. Thank you. Bye bye.